So straight off the other door decoration, this is door deck 2. This is a really simple and easy crayon art demonstration. I posted how to do this on my blog because there's so many ways of how to do this. Everybody wants to do it, and it's really easy to do, and I think it's a fantastic door decoration. I did them for my RAs, was it in the spring? So yeah, check out my blog, October6creations.com, for the written tutorial on how to do things. I'm going to show you a little bit about it video-wise though. So things that you'll need a glue gun. Doesn't matter what size, any size glue gun will do. It just needs a glue gun, and make sure that you have replacement glue sticks. That's important. I made it into an upcycling project, so this is actually on cardboard that was from some fabric, and I just sliced it up to, I think this is 3 inches by 4 or 5 inches, and you'll notice that the crayons are cut in half, so that way you save and you don't have to buy as many crayons. It's kind of cool like that. I tend to have a giant box of crayons, and I'm a little organization heavy when it comes to the crayons because I like to see what colors I actually have, because I also do very large crayon art. That was behind the frame, so I noticed that you probably wouldn't be able to hear it. I've done a bunch of different versions, and I've sold some of them on Etsy. And if you follow, I think this might be my main cover screen on my Facebook page for October 6 Creations. So this is with the full crayon and painted canvas. But for this, it's a very lightweight and easy thing to do as a door decoration. And you just get some chipboard stickers that you can get at Michael's, or you can cut out your own. You can print some nice fonted type of stuff on the computer and put that across. Magazines would also look really cute on here. There's a bunch of different options that you can do. So I already glued this to the cardboard, and it's really simple, and I'll show you basically what you have to do. You just have to break a crayon in half and glue it to the cardboard. So snap, you have a broken crayon. And you just figure out whatever colors you want to do, whatever color scheme that you want to do. Blues, yellows, reds, whatever. I tend to go back and forth between a flat tip and the pointy tip, so that there's a little bit of consistency. That's kind of how I make things even when you're using half of a crayon. And I picked my color scheme in advance, so you want to pick out all of the crayons that you want to use and what color scheme you want to do in advance, so that you are not doing it on the fly and as you go while your glue gun is sitting there, maybe dripping some glue, whatever. So you want to do that. You very simply just place the glue. I usually put it on the seam. This is Manatee. They've come up with really weird names for crayons now. Crayola's in Pennsylvania, and that's where I'm from, which is fantastic. And you just put some glue on that seam. You want to kind of make it a little bit thick, but not too much. And you just glue it to the top of your paper or canvas or whatever you're using. I'm not going to glue it for this purpose because I already did it. I always leave a little bit over the top, and you can adjust how much you leave up there. With the canvases, I normally don't leave really any at the top, but for this purpose I realized, however, I was breaking them, and it's no science, I'll just break them in half. They were going to be too long, and I wanted there to be enough here that I didn't have to make the cardboard any bigger. So I just scooted them up a little bit. And you can notice that up here, it's also, I didn't pay attention, like I didn't cut the paper off, I didn't do any of that. It's crafting, people. It's a science, but not really. I don't even know if it's a science. This is art. Art's not a science. I don't know. Whatever. So that's how you glue and put those things together. The other thing that you're definitely going to need, and most tutorials don't tell you to do this, but mine does, is a box. Box. This is actually an Oriental trading box. And depending on how many you're doing, you want them kind of large. That is where I do all of my heating with my heating tool, which I will get. Everything seems to be on the floor. Hey. I have the embossing heating tool that I use for stamping. This isn't my first one that I ever got. My mom got me a heating tool when I was a kid, when I first started doing crafts and stamping and stuff. So this is a newer one that I got when I moved out of my mom's house, and my mom kept my embossing tool. Yeah. Martha Stewart sells a good brand of this. It just has like an on-off switch. They get real hot, so you gotta be careful. I've never used a hair dryer. I think that the hair dryer blows too much because it's a blow dryer. This is just a heat tool, and it doesn't really blow as much, but because the wax is melting, the wax is gonna fly all over the place, and that's why the box is key, so that you don't get wax everywhere. And it's also really easy if you have it in the box to get the crown off of the box, and you can actually use it for other things if you wanted to. Depending on how thick the wax is, you could maybe make it into little pieces of crayon, you know, give it to kids to play with. That's probably not a good idea. But depending on what you do, you can come up with a number of things. The heating tool is really hot, like I mentioned, and it's pretty loud. Plug it in. It has a little stand for when you're doing things, and you can put it on the stand. It's like that. So when you're not doing stuff, you can just sit it down. Don't touch the top of your heating tool, or you will burn your hand. That seems to be common sense, but some people forget that. So I'm going to show you how to actually heat this inside the box. And then I think putting the letters and doing that type of stuff is pretty self-explanatory. So here we go. You know, and what is it called? Naked and Afraid, when they get really close to the camera. That's kind of what I feel like right now. But I'm not afraid. Okay, so crafting. You can tell I'm delirious. The week before RA training. So here I have this little door decoration in a very large box. You can decide how large your box is, but you want to make sure that your box, you do have a good amount of space in between. So if things are flying back and forth in your box, especially if you're doing a canvas, you don't have to worry about it going everywhere. I sit on the floor of my kitchen, and do this for hours if needed, depending on what I'm doing. So you're gonna hear the craft tool, woo, that just came out of nowhere like a monster. Let me see, how do I want to do this? My next video is going to be on tips and tricks on how to rig a camera to a cardboard box. But until then, we're going to craft with the crayon art. So you want to keep the crayon art down here in your box. And you turn on your heating tool and basically run over top of your crayons. You're gonna smell melting crayon. Your house is gonna smell like melting crayon, and you're just gonna have to be okay with that. How you angle it is important. If you keep it up like this, it's not going to drip onto your paper very well. So you want to angle it so that it actually drips. And you just basically go back and forth over the crayons and watching them melt, and you see them splattering a little bit. I'll zoom in. You see them coming down, and then you can pick it up, and if you want things to go sideways or this way, that way, you can move. Ooh! Haha! Craft video fail. Not a big deal. It actually happens all the time. And it's not a big deal if you get the back messed up. Woo. Okay. So you're just moving it back and forth, and then I tend to like single stream, which is also a type of recycling, a fair amount, and I will stay on a certain crown for a little bit longer if it's not melting. And sometimes you have to give the crown a little bit of a poke for the wax to come out of it. And you can direct the flow of the crown with your heating tool as well. You can come from the top. You just kind of go with the flow, for lack of a better phrase, and however you want the colors to come out. You want more colors over the other colors. You want this to seep that way, kind of have this crazy stream effect. And then you want to heat it up a little so it goes down. So then you get this kind of cool looking design. And you decide when you're done, basically. It's up to you when you think that you have enough color on your canvas. And then you can add whatever embellishments that you want. If you want to do flowers, I've had people do words. I showed you my canvas that I had. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do. If you check out my blog, you will see all of mine that were lettered. I might be able to put a few pictures at the end of this YouTube clip. So really simple, and it doesn't take long at all. You're breaking crayons, you're gluing them to cardboard based off of colors that you want to use, and that's it. You can do these colors based off of your school colors or people's favorite colors. You can kind of personalize them. That's why I like doing them for staffs, because if I know their favorite colors, I can kind of personalize them for that. If you want it to be thicker, like it's not as thick of a wax run as it tends to be on the canvas. You can heat up the crowns a little bit longer, and that's about it. Showed you inside my craft closet a little bit, so this is kind of, we call this the home office. Some random shelving that they put in our apartment that really has no purpose, but this is where we keep our office stuff. So we got this, and then I have, this is where I store all of my stuff from my scrap reusable paper. Zoom out. And here's all my stickers. And these are the chipboard letters that I normally use to do stuff. So yeah, I will pick whatever lettering I want to do. If I wanted to put, cupcakes or something like that on there, I could. I have all sorts of lettering. Glittery letters, stuff like that. These chipboard ones, they stick okay, but I would use your glue gun to also adhere those. So that's all. I hope this was helpful, and good luck crafting. Hey! No. Some crafters forget. Water, hydration, really important. Gotta drink your water. You get so involved in that craft stuff, forget your water. Gotta drink it.